When was the last time you overcame a challenge? Maybe it was a boss you'd been struggling with, or that really difficult piece of music you've been trying to learn. Could it be finishing school and getting that good grade on the test you studied hard for? Or even just getting out of bed this morning? We all have many different challenges and obstacles we need to overcome each day and in our lives that we can forget how far we've actually come from the challenges we took on before. Dark Souls is a series that thrives on these challenges, making you learn, adapt, and overcome against all odds in each of its entries. But what is Dark Souls really trying to say in its world? What is this series really trying to teach us in these moments? Let's uncover together what Dark Souls really wants to show you through its story and combat in From Software's dark and gritty Age of Fire. I don't want this to be a lore video. There's plenty of videos out there already that explain plenty on the lore of Dark Souls, but in order to understand what Dark Souls is about, we do need a basic understanding of what the series establishes in its games. In Dark Souls 1, you play as the Chosen Undead, a character prophesied to escape the Undead Asylum and Link the First Flame. You struggle and fight your way through many of the old gods and creatures in the world of Lordran. As you explore, you come across many other characters and humans who can help or fight you in this world. You'll also encounter undead humanoid creatures called Hollows. Hollows are those cursed with the dark sign that cause those to be reborn or respawn at bonfires, though causing them to lose their humanity. Over time, if those cursed lose too much of their humanity or the will to keep going, they become hollow. There are many NPCs that can become hollow after completing their questlines, or if you fail to help them along their way in their questlines. This is something that is seen in almost every Dark Souls game. In Dark Souls 2, you play as the Bearer of the Curse, which is the same curse as the Dark Sign and Halloween as Dark Souls 1. In this, you travel to Drang Lake to break this curse put on you. You can find aspects of other bosses and characters from Dark Souls 1, showing that this curse still continues many years later after Dark Souls 1. Dark Souls 3 is where it becomes a little different. You are still cursed, but you play as an old Hollow, the Ashen One, who failed to link the flame before, and is being called on once again as a last resort to link the flame, when others who were chosen to link the flame failed to do so in their duty. This is so far after Dark Souls 1 and 2 that the kiln of the flame has been so destroyed from the linkage of the flame so many times prior. You also still hold the curse of the Dark Sign and Halloween in this game. In each game, you can decide to continue the current era through linking the flame or taking the throne in Dark Souls 2 to link the flame, or you can reject the current era and forge your own path for the future of each land, some more brutal than others. Each game is a different era of the same overarching story, going back all the way to the first opening cutscene of Dark Souls 1, with the introduction of the Age of Fire and Gwyn fighting to slay the dragons and ending with him going hollow after linking the flame failed him. Same as Dark Souls 2, where King Vendrick goes hollow after discovering the truth of his wife, Nashandra, and her plan of using him for power, and it all culminates at the end of Dark Souls 3 with an amalgamation of those who had linked the flame before them. It's a cycle that never ends in each game. The curse has taken hold of characters, and they no longer are the person you have learned they were before you met them. Gwyn, a lord driven to bring about the Age of Fire, now but a husk and shell of who he was, who was left to guard and protect the last thing that was important to him. Vendrick, a king of these lands that was tricked into invading a land because his wife was part of a greater evil, and is left to suffer with the consequences of what he has done. And Dark Souls 3, where the entire world is suffering due to the consequences of the characters from previous games and from the loss of faith in the Age of Fire. But what does this mean for us? What does this mean for our main characters? All of these characters have gone hollow, or a byproduct of the curse plaguing this land, and we are no different as the main character in each game. But there's one thing that these main characters have that no one else in this world has. You. Miyazaki has been very influential in his time working on games. While Dark Souls was kind of his big break and what we are focusing on here, he has also gone around to direct games like Bloodborne, Sekiro Shadows Die Twice, the Armored Core series, and undebatably his biggest game, Elden Ring. He's gone through many interviews talking about his design philosophy and direction when it comes to making these games what they are. But there's one thing he's never really touched on in the almost 15 years since Dark Souls 1 has come out, and that is the meaning behind Halloween in this game. As we discussed prior, Halloween occurs when someone with the cursed dark sign loses the will and determination to continue going on. You see it happen to many characters and NPCs in the game, and you can also witness your own characters going hollow over time if you continue to die. Okay, Mr. Life, why do you keep bringing this up? What does Halloween have to do with anything we are talking about? I'm glad you asked, my dear viewer, because it has everything to do with what we are talking about. Halloween is about you, not your main character, not about the world it comes from, you. Let's think about it. Halloween is the act of losing the will and purpose to live. People fall, they slip up, they lose. You, the viewer, have lost something in your life, and if it is really devastating loss, you become a shell of who you were and used to be, becoming a mindless husk. You no longer want to achieve the goals you longed for, no longer have the drive to move forward, because what's the point? It's all useless to try anyway. That's how the world and the curses break these characters in the game, and that can translate into real life as well. Your own character can slowly become hollow. It's shown in the game. But your character never becomes truly hollow, losing the will to keep going. Or do they? Dark Souls is difficult. There are probably a few bosses that come to mind that still grind your gears thinking about, and these bosses may have caused you to quit, give up, or stop playing the game because you just didn't think it was worth it anymore. Does that sound familiar? Your character doesn't become hollow in-game because it doesn't happen in-game. It happens to you. Your character embodies your thoughts and feelings, and when you give up on Dark Souls, you have essentially become hollow. You've lost your will in this world and will no longer pursue your goals, because what's the point? It's just not worth it to try anymore. Halloween is not just an act that occurs in a video game. It's an act that occurs everywhere in our lives. Do you remember the last challenge I asked you to recall at the beginning of the video? How many tries did it take you to accomplish this challenge? 2? 5? 20? 100? However long it took you doesn't matter, because you didn't give up. You didn't go hollow. This is exactly what Miyazaki and the series is trying to convey with Halloween and in the main themes of Dark Souls in general. It doesn't matter how many tries it takes you to beat a boss in Dark Souls. What matters is that you didn't give up, and you got to the end in whatever way you could. You hustled, you grinded, you used items to help you along the way, you asked for help. You didn't go hollow. There's a lot of adversity in this world right now. It's not easy to live, and I think a lot of people really struggle with purpose and meaning with their lives. And that's okay. There is so much in this world being thrown at each and every one of us, and we all have personal struggles going on. And, at least for me, I think that's why Dark Souls has become such a special piece of media. Dark Souls doesn't hold your hand. It doesn't make things easy for you, yet you can still make it to the end if you are determined and resilient enough to do so. And while it's just a video game, these skills are pivotal for growth and purpose in your own life. If you can try a boss 50 times before beating them, what's stopping you from trying 50 times at something else in your life? You have the strength to do it. You just proved it to yourself with this game. Dark Souls isn't about linking the fire at the end, or just a difficult game that's hard for the sake of being hard. It gives you the tools you need to win, and it's up to you for the rest. It has always been about you, the person behind the screen, the person controlling the character, and how your strength takes you this far. And you aren't alone. There are so many people in this community willing to help you along, to push you further, and to make sure you don't become hollow. Because if you become hollow, then we've lost another great comrade in this difficult journey, and no one wants to lose a friend along the way. Even Dark Souls has ways to alleviate the curse beyond just beating a difficult challenge. You can consume items, or you can visit certain people who will help you along your way. You have choices available to you. People have come so far with these games, and each person has their own struggles and feats they are still trying to accomplish, and others who have done what we never thought would be possible. And it's because we have you. You pushed yourself, and you pushed others to keep going. And if we can foster this community of strength, we just might prevent others from going hollow. And maybe you've kept yourself from hollowing.
Oh my god. Finally!
Let's fucking go, baby! Let's go! Boom!
Get a mimic deer! Oh my god! I wouldn't have wanted it to go out any other way. So video number 3. This video is a lot shorter than the other videos that I have put out recently, and that was on purpose. I knew after the Liza P video that I did not want to do something that big, and even still, this one, for whatever reason, I just couldn't find the motivation or the energy to do it, even though I knew it wasn't going to take that long. So I have procrastinated again until the end of the 2-month deadline that I have given myself, but we are still reaching that 2-month deadline, so it works out. But I am really happy with how this video has come out. I just didn't think I could get my vision for this video right. I didn't think it was gonna amount to what I thought it could be. I struggled a lot through each of the process of this video. The scripting, the recording, the editing, like all of it was kind of a slog for me. But I'm happy with where it came. I had a lot of personal issues that I was going through these past couple of months. Just life was getting in the way, and kind of a rough mental state. But I'm excited for this new year. I really am. I think there's a lot of healthy changes and good things that I've been doing that will really help moving forward. So all in all, basically what I'm saying is that I'm happy with this video. I'm really excited with the way it came out, and I'm very excited to do more. As I know I've been doing this with the other videos, so you're probably getting a sneak peek right now of what the next video is going to be, and I know that this one is going to be a little bit more personal. So I'm excited. I'm excited to keep going. That's all I can really end it at. But thank you for watching. Thank you for being here. If this is your first video, welcome. If you are not new here and you've seen my other videos, thank you for watching this one too. Give it a like if you feel this video deserved it, and I'll probably see you guys in 2 months.